Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Leanne with Fit and Fab Weekend and author of The Weight Loss Diva. I'm about to head out for work, but I wanted to get on quickly to tell you a quick morning routine. I'm testing out a vegetable cleanse with 4 parts filtered water and then 1 part apple cider vinegar. So just put my blueberries in here. I'll let it soak for like 10 to 15 minutes, rinse it, and what people say is that it doesn't taste like vinegar once you rinse it, which would make the person in my household, Mike Sims, very happy because he hates the taste and smell of vinegar. While that's soaking, I wanted to quickly share like what my morning routine is. So I live pretty close to where I work, so I don't have to get gross. I don't have to get up super early. But I do get up probably like anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30, depending on how late I stayed up the night before. I'm working on that as well, 11 p.m. bedtime. So in the morning, I open up my blinds because I love to see the sunrise. And early in the morning, I love how still it is in the morning. And that's like the best time for me to kind of clear my head from the day before, like just get clarity, pray, and hear God's voice, hear my inner voice on what I need to be focusing on for that day. So I just sit for like a good 10 minutes and I meditate. Like I think through my thoughts. I try to listen to my heart. I try to listen for God's voice on before I ask him for a whole bunch of stuff, because I got my list, as you probably do too. I just try to sit and listen, and I look out the window, see if I can catch the sunrise, and that always gives me mad inspiration in the morning, and it helps to really calm me. And I know I keep talking about this, but I read this daily devotional journal called Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. And I'll show it to you. So Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. I talked about this the other day on my Insta story, but my sister started using it first. You can see my vitamins. My sister started using it first, and she would post like pictures of the devotionals, and it just gave me so much life, because it felt like, you know, this author, God, was speaking to me every day. And I'm like, would you get out of my business? How do you know what I'm going through in my life today? So it doesn't have to be this journal, but some sort of, whether it be a scripture, a devotional, a book, a podcast, looking at your sermon notes, something to kind of reset and center yourself on that day. And I try to keep like that message in my head all day, so that as I'm going through my activities, or like if I'm coming across like any challenges at work, or even in my relationship or whatever it might be, I go back to what was said during in that devotional, because it helps to center me on what I should be thinking about for that day. So the other thing I do, and this is more of a nighttime routine, but I look at it again in the morning, is I look over my goals. And I'm obsessed with these happy journals, but this is the happy planner. And I started using it last year, and it's cute. You know, it kind of feels arts and crafty, which I adore. I don't always have, right? They're amazing. I don't always have time to go in these every single day, but I kind of just look to it. And then on top of that, I don't have this with me, but late last year, I started the Cultivate What Matters planners. And I actually did a blog post about it, if you go into my blog through the link. And it's all about like being intentional about your day and not really focusing on things just because they're goals, but actually cultivating what matters. I mean, it's just what it says. So really getting like intentional about the types of goals that you set, making sure that they are ones that serve you, serve others, serve God, like a bigger purpose than just kind of checking off the list. Because there's a million things that we can do, but we don't have to do it all at the same time. check. So I go through this tending list like at night. What I look at is kind of my daily goals. And my daily goal is sleep by 11. You can't read this, but it's sleep by 11, eat balanced, and exercise daily. Okay, so that's my second habit for the morning. The other thing is, I journal. I wish I journaled more, but I've been journaling since I was a little girl. That's actually where I got the inspiration to write my book, The Weight Loss Diva. If anybody... Hey y'all, if anybody is like, remembers the story of Anne Frank, there was the diary that she created. Many of us had to read it when we were in like elementary school. And she so inspired me because I was like, if anything happens to me, this is when I was in like fourth grade. If anything happens to me and my family, I want them to find my journal so they can know my life. Like, who thinks of that when you're a kid? But since then, I've been journaling, and I like to get something very pretty. I just got this little blue one maybe a couple years ago on sale for like $5 from Target, and it makes me happy. And I just write down my thoughts because it helps me to think through problems or ideas. I've been battling with a little mini dilemma. And I just write it down, and it helps me to get clarity. All right, and then my last habit while these blueberries soak is water. So in addition to sleep, drinking water is very important for me to feel like I have energy throughout the day. It helps you to flush out toxins, and real talk, it helps you to shed weight if that's what you're looking to do, which is what I said, one of my goals. So there is something called the 131 method, and they have this product they call the Hydration System by Shailene Johnson. But there's these 3 cute water bottles that equals 75 ounces when you drink them all together. I know, Maya, me too. And so each is 25 ounces. They're super cute, which works for me because I'm kind of a girly girl. And the first one represents you got to drink these by morning. The second bottle is you finish it by the afternoon, and the third one is you finish it by the time the evening is over. Now, my goal is to get 100 ounces of water, so I do 4 of these. I do 3 of these during the workday, and then when I come home, I have 1 more. Anywho, thanks for kind of joining in. I thought it'd be interesting to share what my morning routine is, and like I said, it started off with this. I'm about to prepare a smoothie, so I did a produce wash with apple cider vinegar. I talked about my morning routine with my devotional, going over my goals and my happy planner and cultivate what matters list, and then journaling, and then securing my water. So I'll go over my evening routine one day. I try to pack my lunches for myself and for my husband at least a couple days in advance. So I did this on Monday night. So all I have to do is just go in my fridge and pick that out and take it to work, since, I spend so much time in my morning routine that I'm running into work. So that being said, I got to go make some money. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.